Kuzampula, Namaste, good morning to all respected online viewers. Long live their majesties, long live our leaders, and long live our friendship. Welcome to this online Ayurveda and Yoga workshops, Embassy of India, Thimphu, ICCR's Nehru Wangchuk Cultural Center, Yoga teacher, I'm KBSSN Murthy here. My true prayers to the Almighty to see all the best things to their majesties in the whole Bhutan. So coming to the recitation, this recitation actually from the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, a very sacred text of the yoga. It has its relevance towards the Ayurveda and the physical health, saying that Slashma dosha haram kante dehanala vivardhanam nadi jalodhara dhatu gata dosha vinasanam gacchata tishtata karya mujjai karya mujjayakyanto kumbhakam, means it is saying that basically it is Ujjayi Pranayam, a kind of victorious breath. In English, it's called as victorious breath. It's a very good pranayam to calm down the extra mucus which will be deposited around the throat level, and it's also good for the people who are suffering from the insomnia and related issues. And this is also good pranayam in suppressing the tensions and stress and depressions and heart elements, also high blood pressures. But especially if you are low blood pressure, take some advice before starting this kind of exercises. It is saying that it is victorious breath and to conquer or to acquire. In English, it's also called as psychic breath. So because of its effects on the mind, like it has direct effects on the body and as well as on the mind also. Though it is described especially in Hatha Yoga Pradipika, this kind of pranayam will be occurs spontaneously when concentration becomes intense and deeper. Like in many poses, we can do this pranayam in shoulder stand pose or head stand pose. In any posture, you can do this simple Ujjayi pranayam, but the way how we are doing is also very important. And coming to the protocols of the COVID, so please try to remember to take some distance, safe physical distancing when you are going outside, and please try to cover properly facial organs and the nose. When you are coming back to the home, please wash them properly. Do not touch any surfaces. Always try to carry hand sanitizers, and try to look for try to see the respiratory hygiene also by taking steam inhalation and as well as throat gargling and oil pulling or water pulling. So simple technique is, if you are taking applications for this nozzle applications, use Anutaila or Shadbindu Taila, and in the steam inhalation you can add eucalyptus oil or ajwain seed oil. Or you for the throat gargling, you can apply Estimadu powder or Triphala powder or simple hot water with the salt. And hand hygiene, please try to carry hand sanitizers always. Especially sleep pattern, don't disturb your sleep pattern. 6 to 8 hours of sleep required, 1 more hour may required if you are more active in front of the screens, or if you are more active in the sports sections. And coming to the simple application for to get rid of the dry coffees, so try to start using this clove powder, lavang powder and honey every day, morning and evening, with milk or with water. So to prevent this kind of the dry cough. So when it is totally out of the control, do not depend on the self medication. Immediately ask a doctor's advice. And coming to vitamin A diet, vitamin D as well as zinc based diets also very important in these days. Those are available abundantly in local greens, local fresh vegetables and milk items and mushrooms. Please add them in your diets, and do not depend on the only carbohydrate diet. Somewhat it will give some other health imbalances. When you are not doing any physical exercises, when you are not so active outside, but please remember, cut your carbohydrate portions. Instead of that, you can take abundant vitamins and minerals. And coming to the simple preparations in your kitchen, so whenever you are making any kind of diet preparations, always use turmeric, garlic, ginger, ajwain, jaljeera powder, cumin, cinnamon, coriander, ilachi, and rock salt, hing, asafoetida, pepper, honey. And also please add in your diets called golden milk preparation for healthy immunity, and kadachai preparation also for healthy immunity, and shilajit, local shilajit, cordyceps, and also please use chyawanprash for healthy immunity and for the sleep and to relieve constipation. So this kind of things. But today's our application, our practices on the one kind of skin disorder called skin tags, or somewhat what we call warts. In Sanskrit, it is also called as charma khila. It's a kind of virus will be causing this kind of skin disorder. Please remember, it is also caused because if once our immunity will come down, so that please try to use these simple Ayurveda applications to boost up your immunity. But when you see this kind of skin tags around your neck or on the arms or around the armpits, so do not try to apply any rough items or pins to cut or to tickle them, because it will spread more, because the virus is causing this kind of skin tags. It will immediately spreads on the other skin areas. Before taking this kind of simple Ayurvedic solutions also, please take some advice from your yoga teacher as well as Ayurvedic physician or traditional medical practitioner also. But today's our practice is only on the external applications, it is not internal application. So very simple application is take calcium carbonate. So what we are generally using in the doma, that calcium, please try to take that calcium and use small portions and use a kind of needle or a small kind of twig to apply that calcium carbonate on the affected area. Please remember, don't touch your eyes as well as don't touch other skin parts, because it is a kind of like a rough thing or somewhat concentrated material, so it will easily hurt other skin areas. So that please remember to apply this kind of calcium, please take care. Very simple applications but very effective remedy. And the second application also the same, calcium carbonate and ginger, 1 or 2 drops, calcium carbonate and ginger drops, and apply on that affected area only. So we have to be very careful while applying this kind of external lapana or what we call ointment like things. Then third application is also called as lemon extract, lemon drops, like nearly 8 to 10 drops, and like around 5 to 10 grams of calcium carbonate. Mix it properly and try to give that solution on the affected area with kind of needle or a kind of like a pencil needle or pen needle. So you can use that pencils or pens, but to apply that special solution on that affected areas. And third one is Arzenia indica. It's a wild onion paste. Then after that, squeeze them and take that drops out, maybe 5 to 6 drops, adding 2 to 3 grams of calcium carbonate, and try to mix them properly. Then here, just try to apply on that affected area. Very simple. All today's exercises are calcium carbonate, but especially while using this kind of onions, wild onions, so instead of calcium you can add common salt also. But common salt is somewhat, it is not that kind of good exercise, but calcium carbonate is very good exercise, right? But please remember, when that skin tag is giving pain or is giving inflammation, do not do this kind of applications. It may require some more medical examinations and medical investigations. So please always try to associate with your yoga teachers and traditional medical physicians how to get rid of this kind of skin tags. So tomorrow when we are having the same timing here with the Ayurvedic class, in the Ayurvedic class, so we will see some more other applications for the same skin tags through Ayurvedic way of approach. So let's join to the yoga class now. And sun salutation is our regular practice. You can use these sun salutations for warm up or for exercises also. But it is the way how we are doing also very important. So while doing the sun salutations, mantra chanting and bijakshara and slokas also important. If you have your traditional belief, you can follow this chanting, or else you can choose only physical practices. Right, keep your position straight, take a long, deep, slow inhalation and exhalation. Then slowly open the 2 hands to the sides, Hasta Uttanasana and Pranamasana above to the head. Then very slowly keep them down at your chest, called Anahata Pranamasana. ॐ हिरण्मयेन पात्रेण सत्यस्यापि हितं मुखं तत्त्वं पूषन् अपावृणो सत्यधर्माय दृष्टये ॐ ह्रां ह्रीं ह्रूं हैं हौं रः मित्ररविसूर्यभानुकगपूष्ण हिरण्यगर्भमरीच आदित्य सवित्र अर्कभास्कराय नमः. Touch your both the arms forward. Lift your both the arms up for Hasta Uttanasana once. Keep the arms completely stretched behind the head, and after that slightly put a back bend called Ardha Chandrasana or Ardha Chakrasana according to your convenience. Then keep the body straight. Once pull up, then very slowly bend the body forward. Push your abdomen back and slowly bend the body forward. When you have lower back pains or high blood pressure, avoid this kind of forward bends. Then after that, right leg must be your back leg called Asva Sanchalanasana, horse riding posture. Lift the chin up, push your body down as well as forward also towards your forward leg heel. And when you have knee issues or ankle issues, better to choose easiest way of doing or avoid the practice. Then after that, back leg straight on the toes, and then slowly join your forward leg to back leg called Santulanasana or Dandasana. Few seconds stay here. Then after that, very slowly bend the body forward towards the floor called Ashtanga Namaskarasana or Sastanga Namaskarasana. Two palms, chest, forehead or chin, knees and toes must be down on the floor. Then very slowly push your body forward, lift your chin up, lift the body till your thighs, and completely keep push up against the gravity, against the shoulders, and stay for a while called lifted head cobra posture called Bhujangasana. And slowly keep your back leg straight on the toes and slowly lift your knees against the gravity. Push your head inside called Parvatasana. And again, right leg is your forward leg called Asva Sanchalanasana, horse riding posture. Lift your chin and back leg straight on the toes. Then again, slowly join your back leg to the forward leg called Padahastasana. And slowly lift your arms and head up, Hasta Uttanasana or Sarir Uttanasana. Again, few seconds stay in this posture. Once pull yourself up, slightly put a back bend called Ardha Chandrasana or Ardha Chakrasana. Then again, slowly keep the body straight, Pranamasana above to the head, Kailasha Mudra, and from there slowly keep them down at the chest region, Anahata Pranamasana. Then very slowly lift your both the arms with inhalation. Then slowly wide and relax your arms from the side stretch and keep them down at the thighs. Then wide the legs and lock the hands back. Again, few seconds relaxation. Long, deep, slow inhalations and exhalations. So as per our today's schedule, Monday schedule, Pavana Mukta Asana Sreni or Sukshma Yoga Vyayam. Today's our exercise belongs to the hip movements. And try to properly sit on any convenient surface. Again, few seconds, rest your legs, rest your hands called Sukha Dandasana or slant body postures. Lift your chin for a while, take a long, deep, slow inhalation and exhalation. Then slowly come back. Keep your body straight and come to Samsthiti or P position. So coming to like what we call hip rotations, dynamic spine twisting and remaining practices. So here, take long pause here, wide your two legs to the maximum extent or minimum extent. Then here open the right arm to the right side toes. Once give a maximum stretch towards the right toes and slowly come back. Then to the left toes completely stretch and then slowly come back. Again right side completely stretch and again slowly come back. Left side completely stretch and then slowly come back. Take long, slow, deep inhalation, exhalation. Then here in the same exercise, dynamic spine rotation. So here still you can wide your legs. Then open the two hands forward towards your right side turn and use your two hands to twist your spine. Then very slowly come back. Opposite side, same practice with the arm support. Twist the head and twist the body. Then slowly come back. Same exercise here like an exercise mode. Open the arms towards right side, twist and come back. Left side, twist and come back. Right twist and come back. Left twist and then slowly come back here. Keep the hands down. Then very slowly keep your both the legs together. Once relax your legs through butterfly movement or any convenient comfortable practice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then very slowly come back, relaxation. Then few seconds long and deep inhalation and exhalation. And the same hip movement, hip to spinal cord movement, again wide the legs. Then here open the two hands forward. After that lock your elbows towards your right side, like turn the body. So here only 5 counts, exercise mode. Towards right toes completely bend and then slowly come back. Second count, completely bend and slowly come back. Third count, again bend and slowly come back. Fourth count, bends, come back. Last count, completely push the body, then slowly come back. Relaxation, enough. Straight, long, deep, slow inhalation, exhalation. Opposite side, same thing. This is not actually coming under the forward bends. It's a, like body pushing only, especially for the spinal cord movement. Now starts 1, then slowly come back. Second count 2, and then slowly come back. 3, and then slowly come straight. 4, completely bend and come straight. Last count 5, then slowly come straight, relaxation. Again few seconds, rest your thighs and rest your legs. So while doing this kind of spinal cord movements, so automatically legs will getting benefit in stretching concern, as well as the total body also getting some benefits in regarding bends and turns. Okay, long, deep, slow inhalation and exhalation. So coming to 4 variations of boat rowing practices. Then here keep the body straight. So one is very simple and easiest variation. Lift the arms up, without interlock the fingers. Hold the fist like a boat rower. Just slightly bend the body forward and move the arms and completely get back and slowly come straight. So according to your fitness and convenience, you can do this one. But when you have severe lower back issues or neck issues or abdominal above back issues, try to see and do, or try to choose easiest way of doing. Then slowly come back. Opposite side, arm rotation 1, then completely breathe out, come forward, breathe in, go back. Again breathe out, come forward, breathe in, go back. And 3, come forward and slowly come back. Last 2, 4, and then slowly come back. And last one 5, and then very slowly relaxation, and very slowly wide your arms, relax your hands and legs. Once, few seconds, long, deep, slow inhalations and exhalations. Still long, deep inhalations and exhalations. Especially these boat rowing exercises will be benefit. If you have over fat in the central abdominal parts and the hips. Also this is good exercise for the leg stretching, and especially the people who are suffering from these balancing issues, for them also it is a good primary exercises. And now coming to same boat rowing second variation. So this is, in this variation no need to bend the spine but bend the knees. This is what we call pedal boat rowing. Lift the arms up, then start, breathe out, then slowly come back. Again breathe out and slowly come back. 4 and come back. 5, then come back. 6 and come back. 7 and come back. Last counts 8 and 9. Last counts 10, then slowly come straight. Relaxation, enough. Keep the body straight. Again long, slow, deep inhalation and exhalation. More long, deep, slow inhalation and exhalation. After that, wide the legs. Then coming to cross boat rowing, fold the left leg but vertical, and check your open leg condition and your dress and your mat. Turn the toes inside. So coming to cross boat rowing, now here lift the arms up, turn the body towards your open leg side, then go for the bends. 1, breathe out, then slowly come back, breathe in. Again breathe out and then slowly come back, breathe in. Third count, breathe out and then slowly come back, breathe in. Fourth count, breathe out and slowly come back, breathe in. Last counts, breathe out, then slowly come back. Same thing here, cross, opposite side, arm rotation. 1, then slowly come back. 2, and then slowly come back. 3, completely press, then come straight. 4, completely press, then come straight. Last counts 5, and then again slowly come back and wide the arms and slowly relax your body and fold 2 legs for more relaxations by turning them towards the right sides and left sides. The same cross boat rowing, coming to opposite side here. Again open the legs forward. Once rest your breath, check your breath, then wide the legs. So fold your right leg, then towards your left side turn the body, lift the arms up. Coming to cross boat rowing, 1, then come straight, then completely lift the arms, 2, breathe out and slowly come straight. Inhalation, lift the arms. 3, breathe out and slowly come back. Again, 4, completely breathe out, slowly come back. Last count to breathe out, bend and slowly come straight. Opposite side, same thing. 1, completely bend, then straight. Second count, 2 and straight. And third count, 3 and straight. Fourth count, completely bend and straight. So last count, completely bend and then slowly come back. Relaxation, enough, come back. Wide the arms. Again, slowly keep the legs together. Fold your knees towards your right side and left side. Just go for your knee turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Relaxations, enough, come back. Stretch your both the legs forward. Long, deep, slow inhalations and exhalations. So in this boat rowing, we have last variation, lifted leg variation. So here, keep your right leg on the left toes. Lift your both the arms up. So when you are pushing the body slightly forward, lift your above leg also up with breathe out. Lift the arms up, then starts. 1, then slowly come back. 2, and slowly come back. 3, and come back. 4, and come back. Last counts 5, then slowly come straight. Now change the legs for the same exercise, change the style. And put your left leg on the right leg toes and check your convenience, check your breath, check your position, check your dress and mat and lift your arms up, then starts. 1, then come straight. 2, and come straight. 3, come straight. 4, come straight. 5, come straight. Then slowly relaxations, enough, come back. Keep the arms down and both the legs slightly wide and long, slow, deep inhalations and exhalations. And more long, deep inhalations and exhalations. Right, coming to last postures, Bhunam Asana series. We have only 3 postures. So here, keep slightly wide the legs and open the 2 hands forward towards your right side. Just as it easily bend and put your 2 hands on the floor. And with your convenience, bend your both the elbows. Try to put your head in between the hands and few seconds stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then slowly come back. Relaxations now. The same Bhunamasana, opposite side. Open your 2 hands forward and towards opposite side. Turn and keep your elbows bent to push your body more. Put your head in between and stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then slowly come back. Relaxation. Then very slowly turn the body straight. And in this same Bhunamasana, we have other 2 variations. So slightly increase the distance in between the legs. Then towards your exact right side, but not forward bend, but just next to the right leg. Put your right arm outside of the leg and left arm on the leg or on the toes. Then try to push your body down. Just try to put your head closer to the knee if possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Relaxations. Then slowly keep your body straight. Long, deep inhalation and exhalation. Then opposite side, same thing. Use your 2 hands to push your body, but do not get overstrained because of the posture. Don't feel sick because of the yogic exercises, but according to your flexibility and convenience, you can just make it right. Hold the toe with the right arm, left toe with the right arm, and keep the left hand on the floor. And the target is to put your head on the floor, but that is closer to the leg. Then few seconds stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then very slowly relaxations, enough. Again, long, slow, deep inhalation, exhalation. Just slightly lift the chest up, turn the shoulders back, lift the head, and few seconds relaxations. Long, slow, deep inhalation, exhalations. Alright, slowly keep your body straight. Once check your breath. So we have last variations in the same Bhunamasana, lift like wide leg variation. Vistarita Pada Bhunamasana, wide the legs. Open the 2 hands forward. Then towards your right side, back turn the body. Try to put your head in the line of the body if possible. So it requires more squeezing and more turning of the spine. And few seconds to stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then very slowly come back. Come back. Rest your body. And few seconds, keep your both the legs together. Once, relax the legs and hips. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, come back. Then same exercise here, opposite side, wide the legs and open the two hands forward towards opposite side completely. Make a twist and push your head closer or in the line of the chest and stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Then very slowly come back, relaxations. Then after that, slowly keep both the legs together and coming to the relaxing by movement of the by moving your knees in the butterfly movement or knee turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and then slowly come back, relaxation. So soon after finishing your yoga postures, so it is recommended to take some relaxation. So like when you want to do shavasana, that's also recommended for 1 minute or 2 minutes, or when you go for toilets also, that's also recommended. Means anyhow, just see a small gap in between your yoga postures and the pranayam. Then after coming to the to the again practice session, before commencing your pranayam, it is recommended that to drink a sip of water also for mantra chanting. Now coming to pranayam practices, try to properly sit in any convenient comfortable posture on any convenient surface. So I am requesting my video technician slightly come forward, with the table slightly come forward. And here for the pranayam we have slokas and mantra chanting also. Om Kesavaya Swaha, Om Madhavaya Swaha, Om Narayanaya Swaha, Om Adya Samadhi Tatpala Siddhyardham Asana Purvakan Pranayamadin Karishye. Om Sand Sand Sandhi. And slowly keep the hands down. So in other words, it is saying that pranayam, breathing exercises and yoga postures purpose is not only for the physical well-being, but we have another journey called spiritual upliftment. So to control the mind or to train the mind, some of the discipline practices required through yoga, through pranayam and through some concentration practices. So coming to the actually today's practices, two practices, one is Kapalabhati, second one is simple Nadi Sodhan or Anulom Vilom Pranayam. In Hatya Pradipika text, it has given that Vastrava Loha Karasya Racha Purau Sasam Brahmau Kapala Bhatir Vikyata Kapadosha Visoshini. Kapala Bhati is a Kriya. It's not exactly comes under pranayam, but we can consider as a pranayam also. But it is in Hatya Pradipika, it has mentioned that it is a Kriya, means it's a cleaning technique, frontal brain cleaning technique, especially phlegm related errors or doshas, it will be totally suppressed because of this Kapalabhati technique. And coming to next exercise called Nadi Sodhana Pranayam, that's very simple exercise. So it has given in the Hatya Pradipika text, it is saying that Baddha Padmasano Yogi Pranam Chandrena Purayet Dharayatva Yadhasekti Bhuis Suryena Rechayet. Like I'll explain. In the other sloka also mentioned that Pranam Suryena Cha Krishya Puraye Dhadarasenaihi Vidivat Kumbakaha Krutva Punaschandrena Rechayet. Means in other words, one should always perform this Anulom Vilom Pranayam with the left nostril, then towards the right nostril breathe out, right nostril inhalation, left nostril breathe out. So generally people will doing many kind of variations. They will start with the left, they will start with the right. Like in actually text it is giving that in Nadi Sodhana Pranayam one should start always from the left nostril. Okay, coming to the practices, Kapalabhati, keep your position straight. So check your posture and keep your position straight. Kapalabhati is a technique, sharp exhalations, slow inhalations. Right, when you have blood pressure issues or heart ailments or any throwing sensations or like issues in the head, better to choose slow practices or better to choose easiest way. Please remember to take advice from your yoga teacher and physician also before starting this kind of practices. Keep your position straight and starting Kapalabhati 1, then slowly come back 2, come straight 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then long slow inhalation exhalation towards 20. Now second spell, 10 strokes starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Long deep inhalation exhalation. Third last spell starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last counts 10. Then long deep inhalation exhalation. Small break before starting the Nadi Sodhana Pranayama. Alright, use your right hand thumb and right hand last two fingers to close and open the nostrils. Just put them in front of the face. Obviously, your right nostril will receive the right thumb. Left nostril will receive your right hand last two fingers. First, close your right nostril and inhalation with the left nostril. And close your left nostril, open your right nostril for breathe out. And inhalation with the right nostril. And complete breathe out with the left nostril. Then similar practice again, inhalation with the left nostril. Right nostril breathing out. Right nostril breathe in. Left nostril breathe out. Last spell, left nostril breathe in. Breathe out with the alternative nostril. Breathe in with the right nostril. And completely breathe out with the left nostril. Then slowly keep the hand down. Then few seconds get relaxed after your pranayam practices. And when you know about dharana practices, you can directly jump into the practices, or if you know about the concentration practices from the Trataka Abhyas manual, so you can choose any good practices for the concentration practices in the sense of Trataka Abhyas. Soon after finishing your dharana abhyasas or mantra chanting or Trataka abhyasas, give some more time to take relaxation to the mind and body through yoga nidra abhyas or through power nap. So after finishing your total yoga workout, take 10 minutes to 15 minutes time to take bath and further 5 minutes time to take breakfast. So that's also the time depends on the how you are doing the practices. In the afternoon, before your lunch hour, please see all the possibilities to do the power nap or to do the yoga nidra to regenerate the body or somewhat to give more focus on the upcoming works. In the evening, after finishing your daily works, create half an hour time to do yoga practices, including simple back bending exercises and simple inverted postures also. And please remember, many people they are depending on the only plain walking or plain jogging. In fact, that walking or jogging alone may not create good balance in regarding health. So somewhat we have to combine some other exercises also, including this jogging and walking. And one more important point is, like before your breakfast or before your lunch or dinner, exercise patterns are useful along with the walking. But after finishing your foot sections, please remember walking will be eligible thing. So once please perform Vajrasan. In the yoga, only Vajrasan eligible posture immediately after eating any kind of food. After Vajrasan, you can go for walking. While coming back to the home, again few seconds sit in Vajrasan. Then after that, you can go to your remaining works. So what I'm recommending is post meal walking is more important than a pre-meal walking. And tomorrow, when we are meeting here at the same place with the same topic in Ayurveda, we will see some more topics in the subtopics in the regarding the skin tags, and in the more exercises in the yoga also. Thanking you all to giving me this wonderful opportunity. So stay away from the bad habits and do yoga also. Thanking you all.